You can engage after 40 minutes, but it's happened.
When I come to the Hassan, of course, I didn't recognize it because 12 months later, she looks completely different. But let's start at the beginning.
I very enjoy this day. Enjoy. We see that. We see in the picture and we see in the video.
We're very, very excited. The first man, the first guy, the first girl that I have never met.
You're excited. You're very excited. You see nice and beautiful
You're right.
girl.
You're right. A lot of stuff, very, very important stuff, we never talk about it. We are very, very different.
And it's complicated.
It's complicated.
It's complicated.
If we talk about this in the first meeting, I'm not sure if we'll go to married after this.
Yeah, we are very different people.
How so? You want to explain what you mean by that? They met once when she was 17 and a half in an arranged meeting. That's how they got engaged. For 12 months afterwards, they didn't see each other. Their next meeting was at their wedding. 15 years later, and they are happily married with children and a shared passion for working out. Their story is not the kind of acidic story you usually hear, and so I invited Brachi and Avi from the Instagram account BrachiF to tell their story. Before we begin, I want to thank all who support this work in any way you can, including by being a channel member. Thanks to all of you, and thanks to Brachi and Avi for being here.
Hi.
Hi. I want to start by asking you about the day that you got engaged in a way that to many viewers is going to be very unusual. Can you recount your day? And we'll start with Avi because you asked that I start asking Avi first. Do you remember the day? How old were you?
Yeah, of course. I was 19 and a half. My uncle is married, and in the marriage, when the dance and everything, someone come and look at me. And when my friend told me, you saw this, the one that look at you, I know he has a daughter in Shidduchim, and he looking for a husn, so please, dance nice or something like this. After the wedding, I asked my father, someone come to see me in the wedding? So he tell me, don't be excited because we don't know, we just come to see you, but 1 week, 2 weeks later, he called me and he told me, you need to go to the Koisla Maruvi and go Davner, go nice and don't look around. And then I understand the Brachi need to go there to saw me in real life. So I go to the Koisel, I daven for a few minutes and I go back to yeshiva. After a few days, my father called me and he told me this is the day of the engagement. He told me, come to Bnei Brak, you go to meet. It was the first time that I never see not picture before nothing. The first time that I saw Brachi. She was 17 and a half.
17 now, yeah.
You want to talk about your side of it, Brachi? Your day or leading up to it?
I remember very good this day because it's, it's changed my life. I go to see him in the kotel. So I see him before he come to me. His mother sent to my parents and for me picture. And I see the picture and I said, I think I don't know, because it's not good picture. She sent very, very not good picture. I don't know why. And I see, and they said, But things happened, and my parents go to see him before I go with them. In the wedding, they go, just my parents. I stay home. They go to see him, and they come back from the wedding, and they told me, listen, it's not look like the picture. We think it's good for you. So I go to the hotel after a week, after 2 weeks, and I saw her and I said, okay, it's okay. I see, nice guy with a pious, two pious and nice suit. He come and I see and I said, okay, we can engage like this. That's it.
Was he the first boy that you met, that you got?
Yeah, of course. He's the first boy.
Are you the oldest? Do you have older sisters that went through this process?
No, I'm the old.
Were you excited through all of this?
I'm excited, but it's very complicated because in my community, before 15 years, if you're not engaged, you have to continue in the same school, and they have few things you can do in the school, and it's not for me because I don't like it. and
CPA,
הנהלת חשבונות, yeah, hydrotherapia, I hate water, I don't know how to swim, and I was very, very young, but very smart. Very young, but very smart. And I think, okay, so I have to, if I want to go out, I have to engage. I'm excited, I'm not excited, because I understand, but I have not a choice.
What about you, Avi? Were you nervous, excited when you heard that something is
I
cooking?
was very excited. Because for me, 19 is already ältere Bucher.
You're already old.
So I was
You were desperate.
very available. Yeah, I was desperate.
Yeah,
Yeah, something like this. It was very hard for me. I wait, I davening in my whole family, go to Kivrei Tzadikim, I don't know, yeah, ältere Bucher, 19.
Wow. So, Brachi, how did the actual day go down for you, the day you got engaged?
very stressful, because it's the first time I go to speak with him and ask him questions, and I want to know a lot of things, but I know you can't talk too much. You can't talk. You need to, ask about the family, the sister, brothers, not too much. And I know it's not important, but it's very stressed. But he come to the room, we talk 40 minutes, a little bit. I ask him stupid question because I see it's not there. And I daven, I need miracle, because it's not normal. You can engage after 40 minutes, but it's happened. So I asked him if he can kill cockroach, yeah, macaque, and he told me yeah. So I told them, okay, me too. Yalla.
No, but she asked one question, one very interesting question.
Yeah, and
She
it's very
knew how to ask,
important.
yeah, and she asked me if able to go with a phone after the reading. Not a smartphone, חס וחלילה, no. A phone, a flip phone, a very, very simple flip phone. From where I come, even this one, it's not so... כל גמן מגייט nicht mit phone like this, but just a regular phone in the house. But when I say yes, she understands that maybe we can do something after this. Maybe something can happen.
Yeah, I try to understand what's going on, but I know it doesn't matter. We engaged. It's not a question if you want, if not, because it's not option. It's not option.
It's an option, but it's very, very...
I don't know.
It's very hard. It's very hard to say no.
And it's very, very little percentage that it's happened.
Yeah.
Usually when they already meet, it's mean it's going to be L'chaim today or
Yeah,
day after. That's it.
maximum.
Why did you ask about cockroaches? What made you think about them?
Because I don't know what to ask. I'm very. So I try to understand the energy,
Vibe.
maybe vibe. Yeah, I try, but it's stupid question. I know, but
Did you enjoy yourself at the first meeting?
no.
What?
Your husband.
We were very, very excited. It was with kids, and we were very, very excited. The first man, the first guy, the first girl that I have never met.
You're excited. You're very excited. You see nice and beautiful
You're right.
girl,
You're right.
some baby.
And
Brachi, it's clear that you really wanted to make like an informed decision. You saw it as a serious evaluation,
Yeah.
which is interesting.
and the next time that I see you, it's 12 months and 2 days later. And again, I say 12 months and 2 days because every day it's important. Yeah. And in this time, I need to be forgetful. This is how it's called, forgetful. So didn't think about
You
this.
need to forget about me.
Why? Why do you think the boy is supposed to forget about, or the couple is not supposed to have interactions during the engagement?
I don't know. This is how it's work. I don't come to talk against from where I come. I can take from my experience. This is was my experience. You're not allowed to talk. You're not allowed to meet. But I believe they want to keep the yeshiva like yeshiva. When a lot of bochum start to engagement, start to go to visit, it's not so old the yeshiva.
I see.
I make my parents crazy because I want to see him and I can't. So they take for Shabbat Hanukkah, between the engaged to the wedding, they take some small apartment ממול, איך אומרים ממול?
Against, across.
Against the yeshiva. And I, all the Shabbos, I, stand on the window and I try to see him.
Did you?
Yeah, I see he smoke. He smoke with the friend and איך אומרים זה רק? throw, he take פיצוחים. And I see him, okay, so that's it. You don't know that I see him. You don't know.
After this, I understand a few times his brother come to the yeshiva and he tell me, I have something outside I want to give you, but when it's not happened usually. And I go there and he give me, I don't know, something, but I understand I go out from the yeshiva because someone want to see.
And it's me.
Ah.
I it's very hard. You want to say, you want to talk, but you can't do it. I come from a little bit open house. Modernim, maybe. Avi came from very, very, very Hasidish house. That's it. He not see me. I make my parents crazy. So they take me and that's it.
Why did you want to see him? What were you?
Because I don't know.
What made you want to see him?
It's a good question. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I miss, but I don't miss because I don't know who is it. Who is he? I don't know.
You also print some, Kisha would say, karit.
Pillow.
Some pillow. She prints some pillow in heart shape with my picture and she go to sleep with this pillow. After the marriage, she goes to. So she makes stuff. It's not usually
normal.
But it's a good question. Why? Because it's interesting. You can miss someone you don't know.
Maybe there's an attraction right away that you kind of feel a connection even if you don't know them.
I try to feel your energy. Maybe I try to feel energy. I don't know.
12 months engagement was very surprising. Is this normal to be engaged so long?
From where I come, it's normal. It's now even longer.
Why so long?
Good question. I really don't know.
We don't know. A lot of things happened, but we don't know why. We don't know why. And I think if I ask, no one can give me, answers.
I understand. Avi, is it normal to smoke in your community?
No.
No?
No.
Do you still smoke?
It's secret.
It was secret. I still smoke, unfortunately, but I start very young. But no, it's not normal and it's not allowed. In gay yeshivas, no one smoke.
Brachi, what did you think when you saw him smoking?
I don't know he smoke. And day after the wedding, he came to me. He asked me, he told me, listen, I have a question for you. And I asked him, okay, tell me, listen, I'm smoke. For me, it's shocked, what? What? Told me, yeah. I try to smoke a little bit, but I'm smoke. It's okay for you that I continue to smoke? So I told them, if it's 1 or 2 cigarettes in the day, it's fine. I tell this just because we just married and, I don't want to do problems. I want to be a good wife. I don't believe it. I think it's not healthy. I don't like it. And he's very fuya because he smoke 1 box in day.
And you know what is interesting? Because before the marriage, in the way on the wedding, so I took from my friend a cigarette. I tell him, listen to me, maybe it's the last one because if she don't, I go to ask him tomorrow. If she don't like it, I don't know what to do, and I go to stop.
Yeah.
But I thought, Brachi, that you saw him smoking when you went to see him on Shabbos Chanukah.
No, he saw me.
Make pitzuchim. Yeah, he take pitzuchim, not smoke. It's not smoke. It's miracle because.
Oh, okay.
My parents, they don't know.
Of course not.
Yeah, they don't. They said no.
It's a red flag. Really red flag.
Yeah.
Are both of you ger?
Yes.
From the ger sect?
Yes.
Were both of you good kids?
She's more good for me.
I'm very good. I'm very.
I was good kid, but I make a little bit problems, but not. I'm not was very bad guy or something like this. It wasn't the yeshiva. Everything. Wasn't the best bucher in the yeshiva.
Not the best, and he make behind.
Behind.
I'm not. I'm not. I'm not Hasidish in my head. I'm not Hasidish, but I'm very good girl.
Did you think, Brachi, did you think of what a dream boy would look like when you were a teenager? Did you think about getting engaged at all?
I think, but I never said what I think because my parents, they choose for me. I can, stay with my maybe dreams. I can't talk. I can't talk. I can't talk. I can't say anything. I try to say my parents, I know what I want. I think that I know. I want some man, he make with me fun in the life. I want men.
This is interesting because before we married, she asked his father if I go with him to make a kayak. So kayaking is also.
In the river, kayaking?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Before you got engaged, you asked if he would be the kind of boy that you can go kayaking with?
Yeah, because for me, I make 1+1, Now you think it's stupid, but for me, it's big things. I try to understand what's going on. And my father told me, yes, he do kayaking with you. Don't worry.
What was you were starting to say what kind of boy you were looking from? A boy that would have fun with you. What else?
Yeah, fun. I want fun. I like fun. And, make a balagan. And I want, go together. And I want to, I can touch where we come from. You can do it.
Yeah.
You can do it. You can even speak about it. I don't want Hasidish guy. I don't want. I know it's not for me. And I hope it's not Hasidish, too much Hasidish. And Baruch Hashem, I can't say, you see, it's work. But then I'm not sure about it.
What about you, Avi? What was your idea when you were a bacher, a teenager, of what? Did you think of what kind of girl?
I have two stuff that I want. I want this girl, and I want that she breathe.
I see.
Yeah.
So what happened on your wedding day? Do you want to share what you remember of your wedding day? Were you looking both like really, really gorgeous?
So yeah, the marriage, of course, I didn't recognize it because 12 months later, she looks completely different. But let's start the beginning. In the middle of the day, the madrich, the Redner, it's calling, come to talk to you.
With you.
With me.
Yeah.
And he's supposed to tell me in the first time in my life what I need to do today.
Tonight.
Wow.
This is the moment they supposed to. For me, he understands that he not need to talk to me. He should just ask me, and that's it. But it's come the madrich in the middle, in the day of the chasana, and he talked to me
about intimacy.
Not just, but yes, also it's very, very holy day, and you can daven a lot, and you can a lot of stuff. But it comes for to tell you the secret.
Intimacy. Come on. Oh.
It comes to talk to you, to tell you the big secret. And
how did you already know?
Oh, because it's pushtak. He is pushtak. You know what is pushtak? You know, friends, listen. I think everyone.
Not everyone, a lot of because if you a little bit learn, and when is the Magichir tell you need to pass now 5 lines, so everyone go to see exactly what. So this what happened. I don't know.
It's exactly like this.
So I don't know. Yeah, I understand. So my father is know that I'm not going to be the next Rebbe, so he sent me to some group to learn with me the haluchas before. But it was also a big secret because you're not allowed to do this. So I learned the haluchas before the chasana, but no one do this when I come from. No one is doing this. Just the girls.
We go to madricha, to the madrichat kalot, for something like 2 months. 8 weeks, you go every week, and she teach you, we learn together the halachot, all the halachot that you need to keep after the wedding, but it's the girls, not the boys. No.
It was very, very holy day. I remember I daven a lot, and I go to the koisel.
Yes, yeah.
The koisel, I go to daven in shachis in the koisel, and after this, But when I come to the Hassan,
לעשות אותי.
I saw him for the first time after 12 months, and
You know, I was fully make up.
I didn't recognize him.
You,
I didn't know
you don't
who
know.
They can change. I don't have any idea. I don't remember nothing.
Yeah.
I come to cover the color before the chippah in the first time after 12 months. I saw him and it was completely look different. In the meeting, she didn't have any makeup. And now with fully makeup and also it's
Very nice.
yeah, very, and
Very nice.
yeah. This was. It's also very stressful day because I don't like.
It's stressful. I send you pictures and video, and you see.
I also don't
Very
like to be
stress.
in the middle of the tension, so
Yeah.
I just want this done.
Did you miss her during the engagement?
Yes. I also she give a gift for my mom between the marriage to the
Engagement,
to the marriage. She gave us some albums, some pictures from the engagement or something like this. Something nice. When I come to my parents' house, so every time I take this with me that no one is seeing, and I go to the bathroom and no one can see
Just to see
the pictures. To remember, to not forget how she looked like. But I can't do this in the front of someone because you need to be forgetful.
Yeah.
During the engagement, what did you think your Kala was like? Like, did you have a sense of the person she is?
No.
No.
I understand I also understand the family. She's not so Hasidic like me, but she personality, I didn't know
Don't know anything. Anything. Gar nicht mit nicht.
Nothing.
Nothing.
So you fasted on your wedding day. You went to the Western Wall. The lecturer came and tried to tell you about intimacy. Did you spend the day in the apartment you were going to live in?
No.
No?
We live in Ashdod. In the wall, the Hassanis was in the Bnei Brak, not the same. The same shtut, not the same city.
Oh, I see.
We come to our apartment
After the
wedding.
We come with the parents to the house and we drink again l'chaim.
The first time in the
house.
Yeah.
After the wedding, then we start to build
life.
So tell me more about the wedding, and then we'll talk about building a life. What do you remember, Brachi, as the lead up to the wedding, the day of the wedding?
I remember. Listen, I remember because I think I enjoy. You know, I don't know. It's for me. It's a lot of fun because we dance. I very enjoy this day. We see that. We see in the picture and we see in the video.
I can say one thing. In the Cheder Yichud, we understand that everything is okay. That we're going to enjoy.
Yeah.
When we come to the Cheder Yichud, after 2 minutes, we understand that we're in the same.
Everything is gonna be okay.
I understand that we're in the same page.
Yeah.
We can start life. We have a good point to start with.
Yeah.
After the chuppah, you close the door. You're in the room for the first time by yourselves.
Yeah. It's hard because we don't know each other, but it's so complicated. But then we understand everything is gonna be okay.
Were you happy, Brachi, when that happened?
Yeah.
Is there anything, Avi? Is there anything in particular you can say that happened that made you feel that way?
I don't want to go details, but. How you start to talk, how I feel it.
You know, it's the conversation we see in the first time after 12 months. And
first time, we go to the Cheder Yichud, there is no meat on the table. Only very a lot of daily stuff. I don't know.
That I like.
I choose. I don't want not a chicken, not a
salmon,
after,
fish.
After fast,
I don't want it.
After all day fasting, I want ma'adanim, I don't know what it's called. A lot of
milky and cold cocoa. It's listen. It's not normal in our community. It's not normal, and he see that and they understand. Okay. She know what she do.
Yeah.
It made you laugh, Avi?
Yeah. I saw snacks on the table. Of course,
chocolate, click. Yeah.
Who set up the table? Who set up this party?
She sent someone. She tell I want
pizza. I want the order for us pizza, but I don't know what happened. So they not order pizza, but chocolate in the milk it's okay.
he appreciated your quirky
Yeah,
move,
Yeah.
and
yeah,
that
Yeah.
yeah, these kinds of things tell us a lot about how two people are going to
yeah.
Yeah.
be compatible.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
In the Cheder Ichud, we stay a half an hour, something like this. פוטו, איך אומרים צלם?
Pictures of this photographs.
He come to take pictures, and then the parents come, and they give him some necklace
Necklace.
and that he need to give me, he need to
A
give me,
gift in the
in the Cheder Ichud. So they bring the necklace and they give me. We make a few pictures and we go out to, dancing and the rest of the wedding. And then after, the Seudah,
Mitzvah dance. You can see in the Instagram. After this, it was very, very late. It was 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
So we going to Ashdod to the house.
What did you wear for a head covering, Brachi?
in the wedding, my hair, no wig and no, my hair. And, you come home and you take all you make a shower and you put a shaitel, yeah.
And again, she go to the shower one person, she come out another one. But yeah. It was the 3 times I meet 3 different people.
Why
Yeah.
you? It's very excited. Listen, it's wow.
Avi, what's your reaction to these various different people you met?
Also, I have 6 sisters, so I know how it's worked. It's not,
Come on.
no, I know what is ladies all the stuff. But yeah,
I think you like what you see.
yeah. Of course, I like what I see. But
Yeah.
You're both lovely. So when did you start to cover your head, Brachi?
After the shower, after the first shower, my parents come with us. We drink l'chaim, and then they leave. My mom helped me with, with the dress and the hair, and then they leave, and I go to shower, and I go back. I go out from the shower with a shaitel, and very long and tsanua, no pajama, but kutonet. You have to cover right after you shower, yeah.
Ger doesn't shave the head.
No. Baruch Hashem.
You had a shaitel that was long?
Yeah. No, my shaitel, it's not long. No, it's short. Gur.
it's not very, very short, but yeah.
It's short. Not, like very fanat and very, Hasidish. I go with this normal shaitel and, cover everything by the book.
I want to know what your feelings are about arranged marriage since you're married for 15 years now. How do you feel about arranged marriage?
In my opinion, I think it's
What? Exactly in the same one meeting, I believe it's not the right way, but it can be great. If you do this right, with a few meetings, we are the proof, but
Yeah.
but of course, we trust a lot on the parents, so the parents need to really, really know you, and if you know shame and you say exactly what you want, so it can work. I don't know with some kind, but we have a lot of stuff, very, very important stuff that we want. We never talk about it. We are very, very different.
and it's complicated.
It's complicated.
It's
If we
complicated.
talk about this in the first meeting, I'm not sure if we'll go to married after this,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
we have a very, very important stuff that we are not think the same about this. I don't know how many kids do you want. We never ask something
Very
like this.
important.
When you
Important
want to
thing.
live, you want to live in the city or in the very, very important stuff that we never talk about this until after the marriage, the marriage.
Just after the wedding, you can start to talk, but it's complicated. It's not work like this. It can work like this. It's work, you see, but it's a lot of luck. It's a lot of luck. Yes, Yata Dishmaya. A lot. And it's hard work.
You need to forgive on very, very big stuff because you never talked about this before. I have a friend, he tell me he like to go to the swim, he like to go to the water park. I don't know. His wife doesn't can look on water.
You have to know. And it's not happened before the wedding. just after.
Do you think there was something about how your match was set up that made it more likely to, like, was something done for you too that you think was done better than in other shidduchim marriages?
עלת סייעתא דשמיא.
Yeah.
Mazel
Alot-
from God, mazel
Mazel
Yeah,
from
but
above.
thank God, yeah, because
And
we are very different. Very different people.
How so? You want to explain what you mean by that?
she's very, very, very clean and organized. Everything is very, very organized. And for me, I don't know, everything is okay. Okay, make a shower tomorrow. I don't know what. No, it never happened. It sounds great. Okay, so my shoes is there and my.
Yeah, the shoes and the shirt and the socks and the balagan.
No, no.
I can't. For me, it's make me sick. It's make me sick.
Mm.
And they need to breathe, relax, and laugh.
After this, to understand and to like you kids exactly the style like me, and
Yeah,
you need to.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
Sweet. So, when did you have a child? When did you start having kids? Or can you talk about your kids?
1 hour, 1 year.
Yeah.
1 year after the wedding. 1 hour.
Exactly.
Yeah.
1 year after. Was it hard?
Very hard. I think it's the hard thing in my life. But today I can say it's my big matana present for the God because it's good for me. But then, and even,
This Shabbos we're going to make a birthday, a 14 years birthday.
for my girl, yeah, for my bigger, yeah.
You have a second child?
Yeah, we have two. My daughter, she's 14, and my son is 18 and a half.
8.5.
Yeah.
You want to talk about maybe your like finding your place in the world together? Do you still consider yourself ger or gur?
No.
You say
No.
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 We try to be a Giti hidden. I don't know. That's it.
Good
Yeah.
Jews. Yeah.
Yeah,
Good
yeah,
Jews. This is
exactly.
what I try to do.
No go, no Hasiди, no. We we consider it just for the God.
Try to connect it without the tzinoides. I don't know what it's called, but yeah, we try to be a good Jews, but in
Good, woman and good man for everyone, but no girl and no, it's not for us. And we understand this 15 years ago, together.
Did you slowly change?
Yeah, slowly.
it's take years.
Yeah.
It's not so usual for a couple to change together, is it? Do you know other couples like you?
No, not
Not a lot.
much. No. This thing, it's also luck because, like you say, I can want to, I want to change and he want to stay and it can work. You can fight but Baruch Hashem, for us,
We make everything slowly together. Everything.
we make it choose choices together. We try to. We speak about things. We try, but just for us, not for everyone. And slowly, we live the community, the everything.
And you left Israel. You're now in America.
Yeah.
Yeah, we left Israel
This has
before.
happened 4 years ago
How come you came to America?
because of me. I'm an American citizen, and my father is born here. I come here something almost 20 years ago, 18 years ago,
Yeah.
something like this. I understand they have a big, better options here, so I come to check this, and we decided to move to here.
He decided, and I'm a
In
good one.
Shinja, yeah,
You're an Aishas Chayil.
yeah.
I should exactly. Come on.
Where in America? Which state?
We live in New Jersey.
Okay,
Yeah.
New Jersey.
First year it was very, very hard for Bracha. She had a very, very good connection with his family in Israel, and we don't have anyone here. So the first year was very, very hard. We fly a lot. We come to Israel a few times in a year, but even this, it's very, very hard to be no family around and something. So, but
We try to enjoy the moment, the way and the moment.
Yeah. How did your families react to you becoming not Gore, whatever you are now?
My family, it's like I say, it's more open mind, and now all my family, it's almost like me. So for me, we have good connection, and we understand each other, and it's very, very good relationship.
My father
It's
passed
different.
away 12 years ago,
Oh, I'm sorry.
so it's a little bit different. I have a good family in Israel, but the connection is.
It's not like my family. We have connection, and we touch. Not
I
we
come to
keep.
Israel, like everything is
Yes.
okay, but the true no one is come to me and yell on me and tell me bad stuff or something. Nothing. They respect me exactly like every time. And
Because we respect him.
we respect
When we go to Bnei Brak to
my mom and
we respect. We
respect
come.
us, respect us. Everything is
Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
How do you consider yourself Jewish-wise now?
Like I say, a good Jews.
That's it.
Good Jews.
Yeah.
Try to be a good Jews.
Yeah.
Did your daughter have a bas mitzvah, bat mitzvah?
But,
Of course. Yeah, of course.
In France and in Israel and here,
Yeah.
we make few parties.
And we make every week Afrashat Chala. And we keep Shabbat.
My daughter also light little candles every Shabbos.
Every Shabbos, yeah. We are good Jews, but not Gur, not Hasidim, no.
We try to find us way.
Yeah.
Lovely. So let me finish the interview by asking about your workouts. When did you get into working out?
Oh, this is important things.
Yeah, it is very important. You are incredibly strong. Brachi, you can do pull-ups. How many women can do pull-ups?
I don't know, not a lot, but listen, I try to do it 2 years every day. Just after 2 years.
So the truth is, she started with this something like 2 years ago, and just after almost I don't know here, I joined in. We start to go together, but also this is changed us life a lot.
Yeah.
It's make a lot. It's make good connection. It's start the day. We go very early
It's
in the morning.
quality time, yeah. We wake up very early in the morning. We go to the gym or we go out to walk. And
sometimes 5 in the morning, 5:30, we go.
Winter, summer, doesn't matter. Every day.
Also,
Every day. Yeah, every day. We go on the bike. We go to gym, everything. It's very good. It's very good for this,
mentally.
Yeah.
It's very good physically, healthy, and it's very healthy and very mentally. It's also very, very good. And it's very, very good for the relationship. Yeah, we fighting together. And and we success together, and you fall together, and everything is together, and it's very, very hard and fun.
What made you decide to start posting on Instagram?
Brachi opened a business something like a year ago. It's called All the Nadar, everything for Shabbos tables. And we start to advertise in so many influences, and it's cost a lot. And not every time it's bring what you think it's going to bring. And
it's
then,
not happened like I want, it's happened.
So we say together, we have so much funny stuff and very, very nice stuff. And we
interesting people. In the end of the day, we interesting people. We know that. Yeah.
Come follow up and see. Yeah. We start to try to do something interesting and to make a follow up. We can advertise. We can make marketing on the business in this without to pay so much money for another.
No, but we do it for the exercise.
We do it. Yeah, it's not for this, but it's also for this. But it's also. This is what how we start to talk about this. What we start to think about this.
He tried to do it a lot of time. He tried to, Brachi, go. Let's dress up nice. Set, and we do videos and try to post. You not need nothing. Just let's post because it's funny. It's nice. Let's try. And I thought, no, I think it's not interesting. And I don't know. One day I wake up in the morning. Dressed up and yalla balagan. We go to the gym and we try to make videos and we do it and we post. And after days, I see, oh wow, people like it, and I got comments, very good comments. People wants to know about how I eat, because I also start a little bit fat.
You lost weight. You're both in incredibly good shape.
I lost in my life something about 1,000 pounds. Like I don't know.
I see, all together.
All together,
Wow.
so, something like a 2 cows.
But we work hard.
It's so important. But I work out almost every day also, and I can't do half of what you can do. It's incredible. I watching you is amazing.
I think you can do it. I think you can do.
By the way, Avi is also amazing, but as a woman, I look at
Yeah, I can't do pull-ups. I try. For now, maybe it's go.
You can
For
do.
me, I can't do it yet, but it's going to
Again,
happen.
I try 2 years. It's not coming, you know. I wake up in the morning, I do pull-ups. No.
incredible. First of all, I'd love to include your business so we can put it at the end of the video if people are interested. So you can send me about that. Thank you so much. I really enjoyed talking to you. Wish you tons of luck, and I'll keep watching your inspirational stuff. I actually watch a lot of Instagram fitness. So
Yeah.
yeah, I was
Okay.
happy when I found
We
your
posted
stuff.
right now with the trainer. It's very interesting.
Yeah, now I put reel. You can go to see with my
I
trainer.
saw it said
Ah, you-
everyone needs someone to believe in them, something
Exactly.
like that.
Oh, good job. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah. I did see it. I love it.
Yeah.
Okay.
This trainer, he believed us from the beginning, really.
Yeah.
He tell you, yeah, you
Ah.
can. I tell him I
He
can't,
believe,
I can't.
I feel
I
that
feel you
he
can,
believe.
you can.
And
Try
it's very
again, try
important.
again.
It's very important in the life. We have to someone he believe us. Yeah.
Yeah. We have to believe in ourselves, and we have to have people who
Exactly.
believe in us.
You're right,
Yeah.
you're right.
Right.
It's absolutely true. And I think a part of fitness is believing in your body's ability to do things, and it's why it makes you so strong.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much. I really love talking to you.
Thank
Thank
you very
you.
much. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.